Prime Source Foods began as poultry products in 1958, so we've been around about 61 years. Today, we're primarily a specialty meats food service distributor. We're a unique animal, and we want to remain unique in some ways, but in some ways, we want to benefit from the efficiencies that everyone else gets.
Our primary goals from moving into the facility was to become more efficient. In other words, bring product in more quickly and send it out more quickly. Our objective when we started was to go from about 22 cases an hour to 55 cases per hour.
We're going to run this building for 20 years, 30 years, maybe 40 years. It better be pretty efficient coming out of the gate and throughout that period, or it just won't pay for itself.
What you really care about is, can I get a case in, store it, ship it, and or process it, and get it out of the facility and to my customer for less money. When we start a project, we get to a point very early on where we want to define what it is that we're going to build. And for CMC, we do some of our analysis in-house in terms of sizing, and particularly on the processing side on a project like this, we'll do that ourselves. But when it comes to efficiently designing the warehouse, we go to LIDD. If there's anything material handling related, we go to LIDD. And LIDD is extremely responsive with their turnaround time, and that was one of our big concerns.
LIDD is a consulting firm that specializes in distribution infrastructure. We help our clients with their buildings, their equipment, and their technology so that they make the right decisions prior to making significant investment in that infrastructure. We also help operators select and implement their ERP technologies, their warehouse management technology, their manufacturing execution system. In today's distribution world, the physical infrastructure and the technological infrastructure has to be perceived as one cohesive environment. When we started with Prime Source Food, we identified that it was worth digging further into, is there a system that could improve operations? Matthew's team were able to identify gaps and then got into a process of justifying and implementing a warehouse management system that will go live at the same time of the building.
Taking on a new building by itself was pretty daunting, and changing the way that we process is pretty daunting, and then layering the WMS on top of it was pretty scary for us.
When there are significant changes in the before and after, there is somewhat of a leap of faith that is being taken by your organization. And one of the role of CMC and LIDD is to reassure you and help you understand how this applies to your business.
One thing that differentiates LIDD from an applications vendor is the fact that we understand that the implementation requires all the change management that comes from it. You can't only implement the right technology, you need to make sure that the change management along the way actually fits with what the customer is able to do.
The thing that's been amazing to me is just the quality of the leadership that Matthew and his team has brought to this, the thoughtfulness, the experience, and to be able to present it in a way our guys can grab onto it.
The fact that at the beginning of the third week, it felt like we'd been doing this forever, I think is a testament to how well that LIDD did in getting us ready. We got what we hoped for with this building.
What we're getting for the dollar is what I expect is a very efficient building that will allow us to be as competitive, as cost efficient as any of our competitors.
Mr. Conrad, you and your team were a pleasure to work with, and we wish you guys nothing but success going forward. And as we like to say, we're ready for the addition.